Yo, what's going on? It's Chirac. Welcome back. Today we're reacting to 10 times female teachers slept with their students. This one is really interesting. There are some really interesting stories in this one. I was just scrolling through my browse page on YouTube the other day and I came across this video, so I thought I'd do a reaction to it. You guys let me know what you think about this video and if you had any of this experience yourself with one of your teachers. I know you naughty boys out there. I'm a weirdo sometimes. Let's get into it. Why they got to do the countdown though? Top 10 Archive.
Welcome to Top 10 Archive. While in school, have you ever had it bad for one of your teachers?
Let's be honest, everybody has. Legit everybody. It's cool. Go ahead and admit it. No one's gonna judge you. It happens to everybody.
It's okay if you did. It's a pretty common occurrence among adolescents. When the roles are reversed, however, you get an entirely different scenario that winds up on the evening news.
Yup,
and in this taboo.
What is this picture? There is no way this girl is that long. Okay, I'm getting off track. Let's keep
Archive of the 10 most shocking teacher-student affairs. Number 10, Bethany Sherrill. 24-year-old Bethany Sherrill had a pretty sweet...
24? She's a teacher at 24? Who the hell goes to college to become a teacher, bro? What the... You had no dreams and aspirations, Bethany?
Arrangement as a teacher at Jefferson Elementary School in Farmington.
This dude just say elementary school? She had sex with an elementary school student? Let's keep going. Let's get the full context.
In Missouri, as the daughter-in-law of the school board president, who knows what hand-me-downs she could have received. The fool threw it all away, though, when she opted to engage in lewd acts with a student.
Yup, I knew it. An elementary student. What were you? That's legit someone who could be your son. My nigga, what? Elementary students are like 11 and below. Something like that. Elementary, bro? Do you know how little that boy is?
Her inappropriate relationship was uncovered when the parent of another student stumbled across text messages from Cheryl that suggested inappropriate acts. While investigators were looking at this relationship, a 14-year-old student stepped forward, claiming the two had engaged in sexual acts. Cheryl resigned from her position and took a plea for first-degree sexual misconduct,
how are you 14
forcing
in
her to
elementary
register
school?
as a sex offender and spend 90 days behind bars. Number 9, Shelly Dufresne and Rachel Respess.
Two girls? Like, okay, let's get the full context of this.
This dynamic duo came crumbling down when the 16-year-old they were fornicating with likely got a little cocky and told...
That's why you should always get the full context of something before you make any conclusions, you feel me? I was over here thinking it was two of them on some... Let's just keep going. Both of them were fornicating with a 16-year-old boy.
Friends of the inappropriate relationship the three were sharing. According to the lawsuit filed against Dufresne, Respess, and the St. Charles Parish public school system, Dufresne allegedly had sexual encounters with a 16-year-old student more than 40 times within a 36-day time span. Respess came into the picture amidst the affair.
I'm laughing because when this story came out, bro, the 16-year-old boy, all his friends probably thought he was the man. 2 teachers, bro. 2. I'm dead.
And, knowing full well the student's age, offered her apartment as the perfect setting for a threesome between her, Dufresne, and the student. Both teachers have pleaded not guilty to charges brought against them in Jefferson Parish, where Respess's apartment is. But Dufresne did plead guilty to an earlier charge of felony obscenity in St. Charles Parish. Number 8, Jo Duncan. Tishomingo Public School Superintendent Kevin Duncan was in for a shocking surprise when, in September of 2016, his wife and...
Ooh, that's tough. Your wife? Damn. I feel for him. His wife. Bro, you know how pathetic you gotta be for your wife to leave you for a 16-year-old boy. That's sad.
Alternative education high school teacher in the district, Jo Duncan, was arrested for alleged inappropriate contact with a 14-year-old student.
14?
Text messages sent between Sherry and the student were uncovered,
I'm
revealing
glad
a slew of
we don't even have
lascivious
to
conversations
wonder.
between the two. After their relationship was uncovered, the student revealed to officers their sexual encounters and chronicled several scenarios in detail, one of which involved a drive home from a movie with Duncan's daughter asleep in the car. Number 7, Virginia Houston Hinckley. Sometimes all it takes is word of mouth to sink a person. And if not for two students talking openly about her brief affair with a 16-year-old student, Virginia Hinckley may have been a...
Is she smiling, bro? What the fuck? She's trying to keep a straight face. She's smiling, bro. What's wrong with these people?
able to walk away unscathed. However, the 26-year-old St. Augustine high school teacher turned herself in after hearing of a warrant for her arrest in
She's
late
like, nope,
2015.
I'm not going through the trouble of getting a flipping lawyer. Here I am.
Was
Lock
alleged
me
to
up.
have had sexual relations with a student in the back seat of her vehicle, though their relationship
That's
prior to the
uncomfortable.
encounter was flirtatious. A week after their vehicular romp, communication between the two was said to have ceased and wasn't spoken about again until the investigation opened in October. Number 6, Pamela Turner. Engaging in sexual acts with an underage individual is a road with one inmate.
That's a visual.
For 27-year-old Pamela Turner, that depraved road led her to exactly where she deserved. After serving a reduced sentence of 6 months in prison for engaging in intercourse with a 13-year-old student, the former teacher was faced with a 6-year prison sentence when she was caught re-engaging the youngster with nude selfies.
Again?
She spent only 3 years in jail after being released in
Only
2012
3?
and faced additional
Bro,
prison
1 day
time
is
in June
enough.
of 2015.
No, not for her,
Cell
because she
phones
deserves
into a
it. I'm
state
talking
prison.
about
Far
me.
from the picture of the perfect citizen, Turner's original crime was heinous, especially as the young boy altered his life and dumped his girlfriend to spend more time with the gym teacher. Number 5, Alexandria Vera. At the start of the 2015 school year at Stovall Middle School in the Aldine Independent School District, 24-year-old
There's one thing that's
Vera
common
was
about all of
introduced
them,
to
though.
a
They're around the
13-year-old
same
boy
age.
that would forever
They're all
change
in
her
their
life.
20s.
The young student and Alexandria are said to have engaged in an inappropriate sexual relationship throughout the school year, one that left the English teacher with an unexpected surprise. In January of 2016, Alexandria became pregnant, though she opted for an abortion after her relationship with the boy went public. Throughout the investigation, Alexandria claimed that the boy's family was accepting of their relationship and the coming baby, leaving one to wonder who is the crazier party involved in this twisted tale of taboo
Sex on
love.
almost a
For
daily
her
basis.
misdeeds, Alexandria faces
How can you handle
25
that?
years to life if found guilty. Number 4, Wendie A. Schweikert. The small town in Lawrence County, South Carolina, was
Yup, of course it's the South. Mainly the South for all of these, bro. You don't see none of that happening on the East Coast or the West Coast.
a place known for its high-profile criminal cases. So when rumors of a teacher-student affair started circulating, it took everybody, including authorities, by surprise. What seemed to make the case even worse was the age of the student that 36-year-old Wendie Schweikert of E.B. Morse Elementary School was having
ugly,
relations
so-
with. The unidentified 11-year-old fifth grader.
Yo! He was 11! 11! Bro, I'm bad at math. Let me pull up my calculator for a second. Okay, let's see how many years that is. I know most of you already did the math by now, but I'm doing it for myself. My nigga, that's 25 years, bro. That's enough years to born to born him twice. What the fuck? 11?
Grader wasn't entirely shy about giving up his teacher and told his mother
Fuck
about
is
their
wrong with
encounters. A year prior to her arrest, Wendie had engaged the student on 3 separate occasions.
Okay, that
one of
one's
them
not
during
funny,
a
bro. I
field
just
trip
realized
to
that.
amusement and gaming park,
He's
Frankie's
11
Fun
and she
Park.
was 36.
Number 3, Leah Shipman. Sometimes love really can conquer all. And in the case of Leah Shipman, her love for then 15-year-old Johnny Eisen beat even the court system. In 2009, the 42-year-old Brunswick County Academy teacher was arrested for alleged sexual relations with a 15-year-old student. Had the investigation succeeded and the charges against her proven, Leah would have spent up to 15 years in prison. But the odd couple threw a curveball when they got married in 2011. According to North Carolina law, a husband is not required to testify against his wife.
Yo, that's
meaning
smart.
The prosecutor's star witness was untouchable.
Was smart.
As if the allegations of sexual assault of a minor weren't bad enough. At the time of their nuptials, Eisen was still a minor, meaning his parents had to give written permissions for the marriage to be legal. Number 2, Mary Kay Letourneau. It all started rather innocently, with Mary Kay befriending Billy Falao, a student she started teaching in her second grade class at Shorewood Elementary School in Burien, Washington. The two were reunited in Mary Kay's 6th grade class, and it was then that their relationship became flirtatious. By the summer of 1996, the two were engaged in a sexual relationship. The teacher was arrested in March of 1997, but by that point, she was already pregnant with her first child with Falao. In 1998, after serving 6 months in jail, Mary Kay was caught with 14-year-old Falao and sent back to prison for 7.5 years. During her sentence, she birthed Falao's second daughter. When she was released in 2004, the two got married and finally sealed the deal on their 9-year relationship. Number 1, Erin McLean. Up until now, most of the parties involved in these salacious affairs came out on the other side physically unharmed. The tragic case of Erin McLean's affair with 18-year-old Sean Powell was not as clean-cut, ending in a
he was
gunshot
18. He can fend for himself. He's not a minor.
After learning details of Erin's alleged affair with a student from the high school she counseled at, Eric Powell was enraged. On March 10, 2007, Eric returned home to find Powell at their residence with his wife, grabbed a shotgun, and shot the student dead. One would think that this would end with a murder trial, but 5 months after the fatal shooting, allegations of a new affair between Erin and a student at Pioneer Christian Academy surfaced. Of course, to this day, the now former teacher vehemently denies any additional teenager relationships beyond Powell.
He had 2 kids with her student, bro. That's crazy. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching all the way to the end if you made it this far. Most people don't. And until next time, Chirac signing off. Peace.